Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So if you've been following the channel, you know what we're doing. We're prepping for Nats currently. And one of the big anticipated matchups is BlackWarGreymon X versus Grandis. Grandis expected to be the counter deck for BlackWarGreymon X. So naturally, we've got to practice this matchup for both sides, whether we choose to play Grandis at Nats or we choose to play BlackWarGreymon X. Since now BT11 is confirmed for Nats, we no longer have to worry about testing EX3 anymore. We're just focusing in on playing BT11. So we need to know what's going to be the best deck and what deck we have the best chance of winning Nats with. So today for you, we've got two highly anticipated decks for you guys to go head to head to see how this first round of testing goes. Don't forget though, our featured memory marker of the month is Poyomon. So if you're a Jellymon fan or a Ghost Game fan, great memory marker to pick up. This is handmade out of clay, hand painted as well, all by my wife, Digimon. You can find her Etsy store in the link. The link is in the description below to find this, as well as for our Patreon supporters as well can get their hands on one of these. Super, super cute. One of the best paint jobs I think we've ever had on any of our memory markers. Absolutely fantastic piece. Like I said, you can find that on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Also, all of our old previous memory markers that we've featured are also located on our Etsy page. All right, and of course, I've got it sped up for you guys just because we do like to pause and think about these. This is testing, so we try to make as optimal plays as possible, and sometimes we do think about it a little bit more. This isn't like a tournament setting, so we're not trying to be, no slow play. Also, don't mind my painted fingernails there. My daughter painted them with a fingernail polish she got for her birthday on New Year's Eve. The benefits of being a girl dad. So we are starting things off first here, losing that die roll. Not exactly ideal, but a good setup of draws there and ending on the Greymon and raising. And is the blocker one, which is also pretty solid. Kicking it to our opponent, looks like they're breaking a little bit, having to go Kakuamon X in raising area, and then Kabuterimon, and then the green memory boost does go ahead and pick up that Grandis though, so at least they did get a solid hit of their puzzle piece. Looks like we're going to kind of need to dig a little bit here, get to add X antibody Digimon, so we're going to grab the Metal Greymon. And this is kind of like those awkward things, is you do not want to play this matchup slow. Also, playing the Yuya out, giving them a bunch of memory. Sure, we do get a memory fixer for a follow-up turn. But yeah, you don't want to play too slow. Here we're seeing that Metal Kabuterimon coming in handy here. So getting that draw, and look at that. 3 grand off that green memory boost. Now, they do already have the Grandis, so as long as they get a level 5, they're going to be in a great position here. Chooses to pop the green memory boost and then play the Mimi, essentially stopping us from getting starting at 4 memory, which actually is pretty good because right now we could go level 5 for 4 and be at 0. And if we have the X antibody option, we could swing Digivolve into a Mega right here. So by doing that, it was actually, he's prevented 1 memory with a green memory boost, that gave him 2, but actually very, very powerful. Just knowing like the right time to do that, and that was a very, very crucial time right there, because we did not have the Greymon X antibody to reduce that Evo cost by 2. So does decide to go ahead and promote up here. Very bold move. Goes into the Akuamon, going to use that Mimi to hatch another baby here, try to get more draws. Depending on what the draw is here, could be very, very powerful. So go ahead and draw the Akuamon X, and then pop the green memory boost. Could go into the Gran. No Weedmon though, so wouldn't be able to go into the Grandis. And that also a good point of when that having that X antibody option is very powerful. And then here goes to just a Kabuterimon in raising area. So promoting that up was definitely a bold choice. Was probably trying to like pray for the draws. I guess they needed the Akuamon X. That was the only piece they were missing. Here we're going to see the Metal Greymon coming down here for 0 Evo because of the Cool Boy, gaining the protection with the Yuya, sliding that X antibody option in there. Like, it's not an the only reason we need this card right now is just that inheritable of when it unsuspends, it trashes a security. So now we're going to swing Evo into the Metal Greymon X, hit a security. Opponent's turn will unsuspend, trash another security, and pop the level 5 Akuamon. So already feel really, really good control here. They do decide to promote up the Kabuterimon, though. Not a whole lot of memory, but again, with the right cards, you're fine. So then we're going to see that exact play. Pop in the green memory boost. This is probably the play they were going for last turn, but I would imagine they have the Akuamon X this go-around. At least I would hope so. There it is. So we see the Akuamon X. So when one of our Digimon gets suspended, they gain a memory back, which is super, super good. Makes up for not having the Weedmon inheritable here to Digiburst away. And then he's just asking about the protection effects, and it's just from getting like returned to hand or sent to deck, that sort of stuff, or deleted. Those are the only protections we have. So it can still be targeted. It's not like a Mother D Reaper where it can't be targeted. It can still be targeted by other effects, so especially Digimon effects. So it goes into the Grand Coagumon for 2 because it gets reduced by 2 because of the X. Going to Digiburst away 4 here. Keep that piercing inheritable. Very, very good. Gets the security attack bonus. So now can go into the Grandis at this point to suspend our BlackWarGreymon X. We'll gain that memory back because of the Akuamon X. And they're just clarifying, I believe we missed that on Digivolve it should have suspended it immediately. So been a bit, so yeah, go ahead and do that. He'll gain his extra memory back. Looks like he is forgetting that. Very unfortunate. Could have done the Grandis play right there. And swung over, did the piercing. Yeah, because right now he doesn't have the DP. So green memory boost there. Just picking up a Weedmon. Looks like setting up for another stack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was correct, right? He should have gained that 1 memory off when the BlackWarGreymon X got suspended. Also, we missed the redirect anyways. We could have redirected that Grand. So realized that after the fact, and we were talking about, it's like right after we flipped over that first security, we're like, oh yeah, it could have redirected the attack. Whoops. This is the importance of practicing here. So I guess we both kind of dropped the ball on that one. So evoing up a new stack in raising area, just getting lots of draws. Looks like looking at a Hades Flame, which is pretty solid here because like you get a pop something and blitz. We don't have piercing, so essentially that's what that was a ridiculous piercing attack. And then unsuspend, trash another security. So going for the Akuamon X here, search. Or that was adding the Akuamon with the, yeah, these names, they're all way too similar. Goes into the Weedmon for 1 though. I guess depending on what's in hand, maybe there's some potential here. Needs the Akuamon X though to reduce that Evo cost. Oh, yeah, because with the green memory boost there, or no, was that played? No, that was played last turn. Go ahead and pop it. Oh, it just goes for the Grandel Soul. Doesn't have the protection anymore. Well, it does, but it doesn't. Sort of thing. It doesn't have the Yuya protection anymore. And it doesn't have the... it's the level 4 Greymon X antibody that gives it the other protection. Also, the Black Agumon X also gives it protection, and we didn't have either inheritable. And there is the Greymon X right there. Gain a memory off that Cool Boy. Get the protection from the Yuya in case there's another Grandel Soul somewhere. So Digivolve for 2 into the Metal Gray. De-Digivolve 1. Pop the rookie underneath. If there's the X antibody option, would be really, really solid right now. Does not look like it's in hand. Do see a Cool Boy. Decide just to swing anyway and risk it. Draw into the... draw with the Koromon. Play the Agumon to search. And he's just going to scoop it up there. So that's game 1 there. Definitely, like I said, need practice. I believe we both had some pretty significant misplays in that one. So it looks like we're going first again here. See the Agumon, the 2K buff, and then just playing the Searcher here. Has a nice hit there. Level 4, level 5, level 6, just whatever we want, whatever Greymon we want to add. What do we feel short on? Going to pick up that level 5. Since those are kind of in short supply compared to the others. And you really want to see the BlackWarGreymon X. So not ideal there. Just going into a little stack. We're going to go ahead and swing with Agumon. We don't mind the chip damage in this deck. We're not some big OTK red deck, so we can just sling bodies here and there haphazardly into security. Not a big deal. Same for him. He's doing that, but I feel like in an OTK deck, you don't really want to do that. But it looks like he's bricking super hard and going for a big rookie rush kind of strategy. Here we're going to go BlackWarGreymon here for 2. Pop the rookie. Debating what to go into here, so just go for 1 Evo into the BlackWarGreymon X, just to choke them on the memory. Like, we get a little bit of protection, but it's not like a ton of protection. Also, should have slid the X antibody option underneath just to give us that protection from with the level 4. Because right now we're at slim. We don't have any tamers. We don't have anything in raising area. If he Grandis souls us right now, it's going to hurt. It's a ton of memory, but it would hurt super, super bad. We might even be talking about that right now, like debating going in for it or not. And yeah, it's a ton of memory, but I mean, what's that going to do? We could Evo something up in raising area, but it wouldn't affect any part of the game state. Just goes for the Agumon X though. Pass his turn. So kicks it back over to us. We start building up that stack there, getting lots of draws for free. Slide in that X antibody option there that doesn't want to slide in, so we got to, you know, be lame and pick up our stack and slide it under. So we're going to go for that swing. Evo into the BlackWarGreymon X. Hit. Unsuspend. Trash another. No pops this time, though. But here comes some scary stuff. So Agumon X going to reduce that Evo cost there. Goes into the Grand. Can Digiburst away all that? We'll gain a memory back for that Weedmon. Okay, so choosing just to get the jamming and the 2K buff. So gain the memory from Weedmon, and then evoed for 1 into the Grandis. And on when Digivolving, it's going to suspend the BlackWarGreymon X, and now he's super huge. He's like 18,000 Grandis. So yeah, swing. He does not have the piercing though, but does clear the body, which is pretty big, and gains a memory off of the rookie Agumon. And then unsuspends afterwards. After the attack, so probably swing again here for 2 checks. Just clarifying text. Making sure you don't have to suspend something of your opponent's to unsuspend. It always seems to be a really common question. It's like, well, I can't unsuspend unless I suspend something else. And like, no, that's not true. Because it's not, doesn't read like that. So it should be 2 checks here. Do believe. There we go. Nothing exciting there. And then, yeah, playing out the rookie, putting us to 1. All we have is a rookie in raising area on 1 memory. Yeah, not ideal. So Evo for 2 here. He's got 2 swings and a rookie. Well, I guess 3 swings if you want to look at it like that. So swing here, unsuspend. Does hit into an X antibody option, gains us some memory, but yeah, not going to be enough. So going to take game 2, I would say pretty solidly. Like, Grandis really had good control of that game. Here looks like some bricking is going to occur here. So Mimi, and then having to hard play the Greymon to pass, and like can't even choke them at 1. They get their 3 memory because of Mimi. So yeah, they got the Palmon. Now go into the Weedmon. Now they're going to have to do a little bit of digging here. It looks like they're going to pick up the Grand off the Agumon X. So he managed to survive a turn. That's pretty huge. Hatch out the Koromon. No rookie to use, though, which kind of is a big bummer. You definitely really want to see the Greymon X right now. So then reading some stuff. So go with the X antibody option, then Digivolve, because we don't have the BlackWarGreymon here. The regular one, we have to have the X antibody option to get our Wind Digivolving effect. Looks like they're going to go into the Agumon in raising there. You don't want to shotgun away that the Agumon X right here, I don't think, unless you just really desperately need the draws. But instead going to go for the search. I think that's pretty solid. And then it's going to just pick up the counterpart rookie of itself. I don't know how there's a fly in January. That's crazy. Get out of here, fly. So, Evoing there, BlackWarGreymon. Nothing to worry about in security. Unsuspend. pop the rookie, pop the top card of security. And now we at least have a big body on field. But again, no protection once again. And here comes that Grandis, so we're going to bottom deck our BlackWarGreymon X. All we have is a Agumon X in raising, and definitely not exciting. So looks like we're just going to go for the cool boy here. Going to do a little bit of digging. Do pick up an Agumon X and a X antibody. Those X antibody options are really powerful in the right situations. And there we see the Greymon X. So definitely good to save that for a Greymon, to go on top of a Greymon here. So yeah, Evo there, sure, like, we're not really choking our opponent because they've got the Mimi, but with the two cool boys, saving that Greymon X for the next turn to gain 2 memory and 2 draws, definitely worth saving it to go on top of the Greymon on the follow-up. Looks like they're going to go ahead and try to go into some plays here, though. Some pretty scary stuff. We see the Grand come out, so in the good position to Digiburst away all their stuff. They're going to gain 1 off the Weedmon and Palmon. So right here is pretty funny. He like goes ballistic. He top decks the Grandis. He didn't have one in hand. So top decks the Grandis, so can swing for everything we're worth here. Unsuspend, swing again. Again, it's got the jamming. He's got massive DP. There's nothing else that we can do. Yo, fly. Get out of here. Don't bother me. But can't quite finish it off, though. But still in a very solid position, for sure. And then just going to pick up the hybrid now. That hybrid's going to come in clutch and make a lot of sense here in a minute. So remember that card. So here we're going to see that Greymon X play that we're talking about. So we're going to draw 3 from the Cool Boys and the Evo. It's a 0 Evo, so we're going to gain 2 off the Cool Boys. Now we can Digivolve for 2 into our level 5. Slide in the X antibody option. Probably means we don't have the D-Digivolve. Yep, so skipping the D-Digivolve Metal Greymon. Can only pop 6,000 DP or less, so it's just going to sit there. But it does give us a little bit of protection, not a lot. Not in this matchup, kind of irrelevant. Now, it looks like we're debating the BlackWarGreymon X. Can Evo here? Kind of got to be aggressive, though, and pray you just kind of survive the security check. So swing in to security instead of over the Grandis. Do survive, unsuspend, trash, delete, all that good stuff. We can redirect the Weedmon, right? So we can't go Weedmon for game because we can redirect it. We don't have the Greymon inheritable, the BlackWarGreymon. But remember that that hybrid, if he goes hybrid on top of Mimi right now, the redirect is only for the highest DP. So he could go hybrid on top of Mimi and then swing with the Weedmon for game because we can't redirect the Weedmon. So literally has game right here, but he's going for this like really obscure play, and he's got like super focused on his head right now, trying to get this really, really obscure play. So go for the Akuamon and then Akuamon X to suspend the BlackWarGreymon. Gain the memory from that, and then pop the memory boost, and then like suspend the Mimi so that way he can hatch and then play another Mimi to then promote up the rookie and swing that way. So there you're going to see that first Mimi, and now Evo for the rookie. And if this was a Kumon X, you know, he could, you know, Digivolve that, suspend, pop the memory boost. He's still 1 memory short though. He's got the Weedmon there, but you know that's not going to matter either. And then there, so he's like, oh, I just drew the Kumon X, but it's like it still wasn't enough though. But it's like he already had game anyways. Just kind of overlooked it here. So again, this is the important of practicing though, practicing this matchup, understanding how cards work, particularly BlackWarGreymon's redirect ability, understanding how it works. Now again, if that had just been like the BlackGreymon, that play would have been completely out the window for either one. And then there we have the Omnimon X coming down, so swings in, checks do that whole shenanigans. If you're not familiar with that play, it's just Your swing with your Mega and the X antibody option will let you Digivolve while attacking, like you do with your X antibody cards. But then Omnimon's ability is when it Digivolves, you can bottom deck the level 6, reveal your opponent's security, trash one, and then place the rest. But if it's the last card in security, then the attack just goes through and you win the game. And that's what happened there, is we just did the Omnimon X play for game. But a very difficult match. Both seem very Equal on toe-to-toe. I think playing it, knowing how to play the matchup differently. For Greymon X, WarGreymon, or BlackWarGreymon X, you have to play super aggressive. You cannot give green anytime. Since they can just run over your BlackWarGreymon X, you can't sit there and wait for it. Okay, you've got to move and stay on top of things. I've seen some people talk about teching in the original Omnimon X for the Grandis matchup, just because you can just like keep stopping attacks over and over and over, and they just can't ever attack. And there might be room for that to discuss that. So we'll just have to kind of take a look and go back to the drawing board